I was having a conversation about faith with one of my clients. We'll call this client Scuba Steve. And Scuba Steve and I were talking about the universal mind. So this infinite mind that is so much more capable than our intellectual mind. It is the mind that beats our hearts, that gives us life. And I shared the importance of having faith in that mind, in trusting in that mind to bring you back to who you really are, to help you resolve your mood or a dilemma. And so this client shared with me, they said, Rich, I get that. I get how important that is. But I'm really struggling with having faith. There are times that I can't trust, and times that I don't have faith at all, and I just feel lost. And what I shared with them is this. I said, Scuba Steve, actually, of course there are times when you don't have faith. That is actually a part of the natural operation of how faith really works. And then what I did is I shared an understanding of faith with Scuba Steve, my client, he was not wearing goggles and a snorkel at that time. But I was I was sharing an understanding with them about this faith thing that we think we all need to have, and this trust thing. And it helped give him some clarity. So I want to share it with you. And when you understand this, it's not a big deal when you don't have faith. And actually, there's a level beyond faith that you can access. So that is what we'll be talking about today. My name is Rich Life, and I help aspiring thought leaders drop the insecure thinking, the imposter syndrome that gets in the way from them expressing who they really are and making an impact on the world. And this space that we are sharing right now is the Rich Life Realization Podcast. And it's where we explore the richest life possible, where we find the rich experience of life, that it's like this hidden vein of gold, but it's always been there, and it's within you. When you're connected with that hidden vein of gold, then everything around you takes on this rich texture. Today we're going to be sharing an understanding of faith and trust. And when you understand this, it makes life so much easier. You don't have to worry about faith. It's not a mystery of where faith went when it leaves you. It's actually a sign that you're not connected with who you really are, and that's okay. And we are going to be talking about how to go beyond faith, that there's another level that we can access right now. So let's dive in. Let's talk about, well, I think we should probably bring up first levels of consciousness. And I talked a little bit about this in one of my previous videos. It was the infinite gratitude video. So it's going to be a pretty similar understanding. But I think the way that this applies to faith is powerful, and it allows you to go beyond. Hence the name. So we have our levels of understanding and levels of clarity. And when we have high understanding and clarity, we tend to feel pretty good. We tend to be in a pretty good mood. We have clarity. We don't get up in, we're not up in our heads. And then we kind of have our normal level of clarity and understanding, kind of like the day to day, where we're feeling all right. We're a little bit in our heads. It's busy up in here, and we might have some confusion or some lostness. And then we have another extreme down here where we have complete lostness. We are in our heads, we're giving power to our thinking, especially those thoughts that hurt ourselves, and we're really lost. So we have a high level of clarity, and then that kind of like normal level of clarity, and then a low level of clarity. And or you can also call it consciousness, low consciousness. And the funny thing is that we don't go from one level to another and just stay there. Our day to day is a constant flux of going from high to low to middle, and our level of feeling guides us in that. So, and I'm going to tell a quick story. There is a time I've shared a little bit of this before, but there was a time about a little bit more than a year ago where I was at my lowest level of clarity in my entire life. I was almost admitted to a mental institution twice, and during that time, it was really scary. I was in this state of fear and anxiety and lostness that I've never experienced in my entire life. I had health conditions, acid reflux. I was losing weight. I was pacing at 2 in the morning. I remember just this anxiety that felt like it was building up and that I would explode. And I was afraid of that. I was shaking and rocking myself. And I went from that to more peace, more joy, the richest life that I've ever had, the the deepest connections with my wife, because during that time, oh man, we were on the rocks. We was looking pretty dicey as far as my marriage. But now I'm more connected, and we're about to have a baby. And that's so exciting. I'm just jazzed. I'm so excited. And I had no faith. The reason I'm telling you this is I had no faith during that. If a coach would have said, "Hey, Rich, you need to have more faith and trust in the universe that it'll be okay." I had no ability to do that. There was no way. And so when we're in that low place, we cannot have faith. There's no faith to be found. And even if we try to create faith from that lower space, we're going to work really, really hard and we're not going to get anywhere. And actually, it's okay to not have faith. Like, that's a part of the system, that you don't have trust during that time. You're questioning. And when you're able to be okay with being in that low space of no faith and seeing that when my consciousness lowers, my level of faith also lowers. And it's more and more difficult to have faith. If I'm in a normal level, it's pretty easy. I can have faith. I can have faith fairly easily. It's not that hard. And I can trust that infinite mind that I was talking about will guide me, will bring me back. And then there is a space now beyond faith, beyond trust. When you have that high level of clarity and understanding, then faith doesn't even it doesn't even matter. You have a knowing, actually, a true understanding, a clarity. You don't need faith. You go beyond faith. There's not even a question that faith would be needed. And that is true clarity, true freedom. And when I say I have a knowing, I don't even need faith. That is what I mean. And I'm not in that all of the time. I'm not. There are some times that I get into my head and I'm in this like normal place, or even sometimes when I'm low. But I understand how it works. I'm okay with not having trust and faith. I see that is a sign that I don't have clarity. And that clarity will come in time. So because I have an understanding of this, I feel like there is kind of a little bit of an element that I know that eventually it will come back. So maybe I can have a little bit of faith even when I'm in my lowest, because I understand how it works. And I understand that oh man, I don't have faith. I can't. And that's fine. But when I give it time, that infinite mind will bring me back toward faith, toward trust. And then I can have that pretty easily. It's not hard. And if I go beyond my own personal mind to my knowing that is within the unknown, it's kind of like the yin and yang, that there is this knowing within the unknown, and being okay with being in the unknown is a part of finding that knowing. When I go beyond, I go beyond faith. I don't need it anymore. There is complete trust, complete connection, complete understanding. Faith isn't needed when you have understanding. So this is the power of truly understanding how faith works. It's not a big deal when you don't have it. It's not a personal lack of you messing up. It really isn't. All humans operate like this. That's just our nature. So it's not you messing up if you can't have faith in a certain moment. It's not, but we think it is. Can you let that go? Can you let that need to have faith go? Because if you can, then on the other side of that is actually the faith that you're sinking. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that funny? That on the other side of letting go of having to have faith is faith. Humans are crazy, man. It's just like we're we're built that way. And that's how it truly works. And if you think you can think that, oh man, I need to have faith, and if I don't, then I'm not okay. I'm messing up. And there's a grasping, there's a clutching. Can you feel that? I can. And let that go. And then what's on the other side is who you truly are, is the true understanding of who you are, your essential self. You don't have to have faith in who you really are. It just is. And that's the magic. That's the rich life. When you go beyond faith, when you see how it really works, and you go beyond it. May you have a richer experience of life. And I have an ask of you. I don't sell anything on this podcast in this space that we share. I don't advertise. All that I ask is that you share this with somebody who might be struggling with faith in their life. And that way we can let go together of having to have faith, and we can be more connected with who we really are. May you and the people that you care about most have the richest life possible today.